AL Turf Talk, episode 11. And y'all about to see some magic happen real quick because I thought I did it, but if you don't save certain things, it don't happen right. But a little magic happened right there for y'all. So, another week, some more wins. We got some teams on. All I can really say is this first game that we're going to talk about, this is crazy. And with that said, let's get the Roughnecks on here, man. We got to talk about this. Ain't too much more I need to say about it. Nothing else. Gentlemen, what's going on?
How you doing?
How you feeling?
What's up, Coach?
I'm chilling, man. I know y'all feeling good, man. I know y'all feeling real good. This is crazy. So for y'all, those of you who may not know, the Roughnecks put up 68 points on team this week, y'all. 68 points. And guess how many points the Roughnecks gave up? Not one. 68 burger. Almost a 70 burger. And didn't give up no points. So, fellas, I know y'all feeling good this week. I know y'all ready to talk. So, hey, we're going to get into it. So, I'm going to ask everybody this question. How did it feel? Say, we'll start with you. How did it feel?
Well, I say for me, it definitely felt good. Coming off that Bearcat loss, being so close to, ending their win streak, it was definitely heartfelt. So to come in this week and get together as a team and practice and watch film and actually execute it on the field this week, it felt real good. You feel me? Like there was things to talk about when we left the field, but everybody walked away with their heads high and families holding, families happy. Like it was a good day.
I bet. Jameer, what about you, sir?
I would say it felt like Shay said, man, it felt good coming off a heartbreaking loss and to come out and dominate like that. It felt good, but I would say we're not done. We can't be complacent. Got to build off of it.
I feel that. Keon, what about you, sir?
Same thing, basically. Feel like we left some stuff out there, but we still it's a lot that we gonna put together basically towards the end of the season and let these other teams basically know what we about.
I feel it. So this man just said, y'all, they put up 68 points and they left plays on the field. So that's tough. That is tough. That's all I can say. So Keon, as a QB on the offensive side of the ball, what were y'all able to do to just see as much success as you were able to see throughout the game?
I'll say for real, just listen to the coaches, do what the coaches tell us to do or ask us to do, and just execute. Take what they give us, and don't get too greedy.
Just make the plays that need to be made. I dig that.
Sir.
I dig that. So Jameer and Shay, as the defense, Donut allowed no points. What were you guys able to see, and how were you guys able to execute so well? Because it's one thing to put up a lot of points on offense, but it's a whole separate thing to also hold the other team to no points.
I would say it start with the big guys up front. Once the quarterback is discombobulated, running around like a chicken with his head cut off, the balls just start flying and make the DB's job easier. That's what I would say. It started with those big guys up front, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I'll piggyback off of him. You feel me? D-line definitely flew to the ball this week. You feel me? It's a little easier than the past weeks, but we definitely got to it. And, you know what I'm saying, they made plays on the back end. Speaking from my boy Mir, my boy came up with 4 picks. Like, that was major. That was real major. Like, almost broke the record, the single game record. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Mir.
Oh, cool. So we know who probably going to be the defensive player of the game. Still going to ask, A little bit, but we know who that's probably gonna be. We got a little foreshadowing right there, y'all. So, guys, we are a couple of weeks into the season now. So, how are you guys feeling as far as how you're personally, improving throughout the season, and also how the team is improving as the season has progressed? We'll start with you, Shay.
Personally, you feel me? Like I said in the beginning when we first talked, I look to grow as a player. You feel me? And I also look to grow as a leader. I personally feel as though I have helped the team grow. You feel me? Together as a unit this year. That comes down to just being men on the team and also learning the game. Like it's a lot of people that we have coming from semi-pro into arena, and it's a different beast out here. It's a different beast in the arena world. So, you know what I'm saying? Just being that guy for them. For team wise, we added some pieces this week. You feel me? Some stronger pieces to our DB core and linebacker core. And it showed like in the game. It definitely showed that the moves that we're making as a coaching staff and as a team is progressing. I wish we would have had them for the Bearcats game, but all things happen for a reason. Now the next time we go back, it'll be a whole different unit that they got to see. But yeah, altogether, our camaraderie, you feel me? We're just coming together as a unit, like, and I love it. It's you win championships by having a brotherhood. You feel what I'm saying? So the fact that we're getting deeper into the season and people are starting to come together, we're starting to believe in each other, believe in each other's abilities. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to grow. I look to put up more than 68 points going forward.
I dig it. Jameer, you see you nodding down there, man. What's your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, Shay saying all the right things, man. And I'm a new guy. This is only my second game, and I'm coming to play my part. Feel me? And what I see is brotherhood. I see from what I see on the outside looking in, each game the team is getting better and improving, in my eyes.
All right, Jameer. Since you are new, I was waiting for you to say this so I can slide this in there. Tell the people a little bit about you.
Well, I'm from Camden, New Jersey. I went to Camden High School, played a little bit of sports here and there. I've been in semi-pro for about 4 years, and now I'm finally getting a shot to show my talent. I'm just trying to get it out there. That's all. Hard worker.
Love it,
hungry
man.
dog.
And the best thing about AL2, as we've talked about throughout the episodes, is you get the opportunity to add pieces. You get an opportunity. Sometimes guys move on. Sometimes guys just don't fit. They can't play. Things happen in life, whatever. And you get the opportunity to bring in some talent that maybe wasn't available at the beginning or maybe just didn't have a chance to get to. And now you can. So you get a guy like a Jameer and different guys who are able to come in and be a piece that can help a team. And because of where you're playing, you're able to kind of make those moves when they need to be made. So glad you're there, man. And I'm sure the rest of the team was happy to have you as well, especially you grabbing 4 picks. Keon, what about you, man?
Can you repeat the question for me? No, my fault.
Oh, you're good. So basically just asking, how do you feel the team has kind of been progressing from the beginning of the year until now? And then how you've been progressing as well.
I feel like, how can I say? I feel like we gelling good. I feel like the offensive line is definitely one of the most dominant in this league. I could say that. Them boys keep me protected. I probably got banged up a couple times, but other than that, we just gotta play smart. If we play smart, play fast, play physical, nobody's gonna beat us, and that's it.
Okay. So, this question will be, for everybody as well. So I know we kind of talked about the coaching staff a little bit earlier, but specifically for you, what have the coaches kind of been able to say, like, hey, Shay, hey, Jameer, hey, Keon, this is something I want you to work on, to try to develop throughout the year that you've been able to kind of put that stamp on or improve on to help your overall game?
Go ahead, Shay.
For me, Coach Bates, on the defensive side, he's definitely put that leadership role on me as far as being on the defense to, just take charge and be that general. I'm not a person who, like I said before, says much on the field. You got to really get me there to make me start talking smack. But at the end of the day, I think I lead by example. You feel what I'm saying? I make the plays, I get up, walk back to the huddle. You feel what I'm saying? And the team just follows after that. We have our little celebrations, of course, but at the end of the day, like that's the role that he put on me, and I feel like I've been able to fulfill that role so far.
Okay. What about you, Jameer?
Like I would piggyback off Shay, like Coach Bates, like because the first game I came in, I was too busy worried about not getting beat over the top, so I would be out to play basically. And then second game told me, man, you got to step in the box, trust your speed. You're a fast guy. I trust you to get back there. And you see what happened. I went from 2 interception game to 4 interception game.
Keon.
I say just reading the field better. Try to take time with my reads and just work on my footwork. Other than that, that's it. Everything good. Offensive coordinator, we that's my guy right there. He call him right, I get it done.
You get to play, you execute it. I like it. I like it. I feel like we've talked a couple of times, different guys from the team. One of the things I've kind of heard from everybody is you guys understood it was going to be a process, right? You may not be the same. You weren't going to be the same team week 1 that you are now. Hopefully, you're not the same team at the end of the season going to the playoffs that you are now. So, obviously, you guys have developed. Obviously, the team has developed. Do you think the coaches? So they're not here for me to ask. I got to ask you guys. Do you think the coaches have kind of learned everybody now and have figured out like, okay, maybe we want to do this, but with the personnel we have, we should be doing this instead? And have you kind of seen that from the coaching staff to help you guys continue to improve?
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest on here. I mean, some might hate me, some might not. Whatever.
We love honesty.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know about any other team in this league, but I can say that the New Jersey Roughnecks has faced some adversity since week 1. Like, I mean, when it comes from coaching staffs to having jerseys to not having jerseys to transportation, and like it's been a whole bunch of adversity. And I can say the devil been trying to work, you feel me, to keep our team down. We just recently, along with adding some players, added some coaches. You feel what I'm saying? Because we were moving off of owner, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. And I mean, in a game, you want more eyes on what's going on than what's on the field. You feel what I'm saying? The offensive coordinator can only see so much. But then when you got other eyes on the field that can say, yo, this isn't working, let's try this, let's do that, it makes it a little bit easier. So we just added Coach Puma and Coach Zoe. You feel me? Head coach and assistant head coach. You know what I'm saying? So we're still facing some adversity when it comes to the coaching staff getting together and working together, but it's going to come together. I believe it will. You feel me? At the end of the day, because like I said, it's for the better. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a mix up when it comes to semi-pro and arena, but it'll work. You know what I mean? I got faith in it, and I know the team has faith in it, and we're gonna get behind each other and ball. Like that's what we've been doing all year long. No matter what we faced, Saturday when we come together, we're gonna ball. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it's been down to.
I feel that. You got to find a way to make it happen, whether it's going the way you want it to or not. It still got to work. You know what I'm saying? Jameer, I know you haven't been there as long, but what's your take?
I would say from the bond and brotherhood has been growing since I've been there. From what I see, people be getting tighter. Everybody on the same mission. Everybody want to win and work hard. That's what I seen in my short stay so far.
I dig that. Keon, what about you, sir?
I mean, I'm cool so far with everybody. My job is I only got to listen to the offensive coordinator for real. But, yeah. But even like the defensive coordinator, he'll give me points if he sees something like Mayor said. So it's like we all in this basically just to help each other. So as long as everybody is trying to help each other, we good.
Yeah, I know a big thing that all the guys I talk to from all the teams talk about is the bond, the brotherhood. and guys are saying, we're gonna do everything we can to help the other guys besides help my brothers be as successful as we can all be. Those are the type of things that allow teams to be better sometimes than even the parts. Some can sometimes be better than the parts if everybody's, bought into being the best that they can be. Different coaches come in, coaches leave, players come in, players leave, all those things happen. But some of the guys, they're going to be there, or they've been there so far, so they kind of get it. So do guys come in? You've got guys that can lead, and it may not be, like Shay said, it may not be that I'm doing a lot of talking, but you can watch what I'm doing. And if you need to talk to me, come talk to me. But, everybody's got a different personality, different leadership style. But leaders help teams win. If you don't have leaders, you're not going to be successful. And there's all different kind of leaders. There's the guys that talk all the time. There's the guys that are like a semi-coach. And there's some guys that say, look, I'm going to play. Watch me play. You need help, let me know. All those work as long as they're executed properly. And we see with the Roughnecks that it looks like things are coming together. So, guys, I kind of know the defensive one, but still going to ask anyway. This is another question for everybody. Who is the defensive player of the game?
Mayor.
Definitely Mary, because not only did he catch the floor,
man, them big dogs up front. Can't forget about my big guys, man.
Shay, Aziz, they always eating. Everybody was eating this week. We
all eat together, man. One hand wash each other, and both wash your face.
Thanks.
Aziz is a big dude.
Aziz had three sacks this week. He was close. He was close to player of the game.
Man.
He had 3 sacks.
He was on here the other week, right? He just sitting there chilling, just got his arms and telling me, bro, arms are huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad you ain't hitting me. You know what I'm saying?
It's hilarious.
But yeah, that's what's up, guys. That's what's up. So line, of course, and of course, you're not gonna pick yourself. You don't never pick yourself. That's just
you can't, man. You got to be humble, man. You got to stay humble.
So he gonna pick the defensive line, which sounds like they also played well, and you have to do what you guys did. But then the other 2 guys automatically say Mir, so that's what's up. Now, offense. Who was the offensive player of the game?
The whole offense.
I'm going with Keon. You feel me? Being a general,
okay.
I'm going with Keon. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you go out there, you play, you make countless, efforts to throw touchdowns, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And to be honest, he should have been offensive player of the week a long time ago. You feel me? He's had some better games when it comes to throwing touchdowns, but I just feel like it's definitely worthy. Like, he's proven himself over and over again.
I appreciate that.
So the offense is running fluently and no problems and no mishaps. That the quarterback is doing his job, controlling the huddle and controlling his teammates. Man, that's who it goes to, man.
That's very true, because if the QB's doing a job, it's going to be, you're not going to have the ability to get all the points because there's so many other things you got to worry about. So yeah, I feel you. I think you might be the guy. Of course, you're going to say the whole offense because, again, you're not going to say yourself. I get it.
Everybody do what they got to do. I'm doing the easy job. I'm just finding somebody and throwing it. The big guys, they got blocked these 400, 350-pound dudes, these receivers, they got to get held and a bunch of different stuff. So I appreciate them for doing what they doing for me.
Yeah, but at the same time, you make it sound a little bit easier than it is. You I just gotta throw the ball. It ain't that easy. You just get, anybody can just get back there and throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you put me back there, like y'all be ready to fight me. You know what I'm saying? It's not that easy.
I feel you.
But yeah, man, I'm glad you guys had a really good week. One of the big things is like the progress and talking to guys. Like, talk to some of you guys before the season, some of the other guys as well, rotating in different weeks and whatever. But it's great to talk back to some of the guys and see, like, yeah, we still doing this. We still in here. We still making it happen. And then, of course, meeting some of the newer players is always good as well because you get the mix, especially guys that are making an impact on the team. So, guys, before we get out of here, please let everybody know where they can find you. And if you have any last thoughts that you want to give.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at IM_Shay Davis. All my stories, everything be up there. Then on Facebook, you can find me at Shaefon Davis, SHAEFON Davis. Closing remarks, man. We just gonna finish. I mean, right now we a 500 team. We 3-3. We look to finish the regular season off 5-3 and go into the playoffs strong. You feel me? Like this team got something to prove. I know the last time we went to Stampede, we took a L, but we only had 10 players. You feel what I'm saying? Like we did special teams, offense and defense all together as a whole.
Right.
So I feel like this time going back, them coming to us, they got a whole different story to face. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see what's going to happen after we come off this bye week. But yeah, man, shout out to the Roughnecks. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody did their part, played their role. And yeah, I mean, let's keep the ball rolling, fellas.
Absolutely. Jameer?
My Facebook is Mimir, MIR. And then my Instagram is Bigmir, BIGMIR _3, and the letters IHP. And my closing remarks are we here to work. We're not done yet. Like I said, we got to build off our last victory.
I dig it. Keon, and also Keon, do me a favor and let everybody know the team information as well.
Okay. The New Jersey Roughnecks page is just New Jersey Roughnecks. For Facebook and Instagram, right, Shay?
Yeah, _ New Jersey Roughnecks on Instagram.
Okay. Sorry, my fault. And my Facebook is just my name, Keon Spain. My Instagram is Dream Chasing _K. And yeah, I'm this is my first year in the arena, but we going for a chip.
If you ain't going for a chip, why you here?
Exactly.
Sounds good to me. Well, guys, good luck. I know this week we got the bye coming up, so get some rest, enjoy the holiday, and then we get back at it next week. And then hopefully you guys win that game, the next game, and we'll have you back on.
Sounds good. Sir. Appreciate it, Shady.
Appreciate
Thank you, Shady Network.
And shout out to you guys for coming on and spending a little time with us as well. We appreciate that.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right, good people. We are back, and we're moving on to the next game. We got the winner of that one, the Mississippi Wolfpack. So the Wolfpack had a tight game, but they still won. That's what's important. 68-64. They gave the Georgia Indians their first loss of the season. So, that's something to be said for that. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's up? We back. We back.
I say one thing, Coach Strong always bring the energy. For sure. He be ready.
I be ready, man. You know it.
So, how did it feel to come out and get that win and then give Georgia that first L? It's always nice when you get that team that you can give them that first L. We get a little deep into the season. How did it feel, guys? Coach, we'll start with you.
We were ready for that. We ever since they came to our house. Can you hear me, Coach? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. Since they came to our house and beat us by 4 points, to be honest with you, they should have left Mississippi with a loss. We made a lot of bad calls on our end, and we made a little bad penalties, stuff that we made mistakes on. So we had 2 weeks to sit on that. Mm-hmm. And so the old guy was so fired up. I was fired up. We went down there and we didn't change nothing. We just corrected the mistakes that we played the first game. Okay. We just corrected those mistakes, and I do what I like to do. I ran football and I played defense. And just the only difference that we had to play the refs a little bit, but hey, we still came out on top of that. Because we went in halftime, the score was 36 to what was it? The score halftime got like 36-20 or something like that, and I'm mistaken. And they worked their way back in there, and right at the end of that, they went up on 4 points. You know, we had got them down. We got them, stopped them on 4 downs, and the refs gave them the ball back. They had 5 downs, and the guy ran there for a touchdown. They went up on us, but we was able to manage the clock and work it down. And my quarterback found the wide receiver in the end zone for the touchdown, and that's right there sealed it.
There you go. There you go. LaMarcus, how did it feel, man?
Coach left a lot out. It was a whole lot of 30 for 30, baby. A whole lot of 30 for 30. Man, it feel good. 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown, 2-point conversion. Feel good. I was mad. I was mad because they mentioned my quarterback last interview and forgot about 30. I also had 2 weeks to think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I was mad.
I mean, I've seen y'all play live, and I would say this. I'm happy I don't got to get in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want no parts of that. If I was playing Anderson, I saw you coming, they'd take me out because they'd be like, you ain't even trying. I'd be like, no, I'm not getting in front of you. I'm not doing that. Mm-mm.
Hey, it's a whole lot coming, man. 6'3".
I might try to feel your legs. And that's it.
6'3".
I'm not trying to stand you up. None of that. I ain't built for that. Yeah. When you get going, I'm not built. No, sir.
6'3", 245 pounds, 4'5'6" coming at you.
There's a brave men to do it, but like I say, fight or flight, sometimes you gotta run. And if I see you coming, I think I would run. I'm pretty sure I would run. About 90% sure I'll run, or I fake a hamstring or something.
But I think them guys, they enjoy playing me though. They don't want no pushover though. Yeah. We had fun in between the whistle. I can say that.
Yeah, that's why they out there, not me. You know what I'm saying? So Russell, what about you, sir? How did it feel?
Oh man, it felt great for me. Man, like Coach said, we had a lot to correct, but I was ready 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I've been told them I can go next week, and ain't no way we let y'all slip away like that. But yeah, we had to play the refs. I got to slow them down a little bit, but we ain't gonna get into detail about all that. But I'm just happy we came out with the dub. And I had a whole lot of fun, I can tell you that. Well, as a team, boy, we came a long way. We still coming. Honestly, we still got a lot to work on. But we came a long way from the first game that we definitely weren't supposed to lose. We ain't had 30 for 30, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot out there we wasn't coming together as a team on. But honestly, it was like our first practice, to be real with you. But after that, we got the ball rolling. So, and for me as a player, I'm my biggest critic. Everything I got to look at on film, I make sure I correct it the next week. Just like last time we played them boys, I could have scooped it. I tried to scoop the ball up and score. Coach said, fall on it. Hey, this week, same thing happened. Guess what I did? Touchdown. I ain't trying to scoop it. I'm going to fall on it. But yeah, we just got to progress, man, elevate as a team, and that's what we doing, man. Stay together. And ain't nobody finna mess with us. It is what it is. They know me when they see me out there. I ain't ducking nothing. 30 for 30, tell them I ain't ducking nothing. It ain't happening.
All right, LaMarcus, same question for you, sir.
I say as a team, we coming along. We still building. I feel that I don't want to jump too far ahead, but next season they're gonna be a whole lot tough on a couple of teams, a lot of teams. A lot of them. I hope up north I hope they ain't slipping on these Wolfpacks down here now. Up north now, we come.
I would say that the North teams, they paying attention.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they paying attention.
I hope so.
Man.
I'm watching film on them already, and we ain't made it to.
So how you feel you've been developing as the season went along, man?
I think we are developing good though. Out of the first, I ain't played the first 2 games, I was still getting tired of with moving and stuff like that. But after we came on, I was able to, you know what I'm saying, see what Coach was doing. I was able to fit in with him, what he needed. He called my number. I'm trying to be the best piece I could be for him. I don't care if I got to go in at tackle, whatever, long snapper. I don't care. I'm going in. Call my number, Coach. 30 for 30. That's 2 sides. It's about
Love it. Coach, same question for you.
We have came a long way since day one. The most important thing I try to tell my players is when we go play people, they come home and we go to them. Most important, let's go out there and have fun. Let's have fun. It's a ball game. Let's, every now and then we know we're gonna get stuff from the refs. Sometimes you just gotta play ball. So rather is if the refs put us in a bad position, we don't play ball so well, it ain't gonna affect us. And so from day one to now, we solid. I can tell you we solid. We pretty solid all the way across the board from day one. And the players, a lot of players, they was young, but a lot of them haven't had no arena football experience, but they have now.
Right.
We don't lost something together and we don't won something together. And this win this past weekend, them guys know now we can play some ball in this league. And from here, it's up from here, And in the team that's on next, the next team, the Gators, they know we got to get our lick back. They know that. So I'm saying this, they got to get ready. This a competitive league. And I'm telling the Gators right now, I know they're listening. Y'all get ready. Y'all coming home to Mississippi, and we coming to you. But be ready, because this ain't the Wolfpack that y'all saw. Y'all beat us in overtime. This ain't these guys now. These the Wolfpack that don't beat 2 ranked teams. We don't beat Peach State Cats, who are ranked number 16, and we don't beat the Georgia, who I consider probably the best team in the league right now. I can't take that from them. I told my players, did I not tell them this is gonna be a dog fight? Them boys got some talent down there. But hey, we got some talent too. We can compete with anybody. So everybody left on schedule. I know you listening. Get ready. We coming. And that's coming from the head coach.
Yeah, it is. That is. So, Coach, since I got you, what was the moment in the game where you felt like we got this?
The moment I felt like I got this, be honest with you, when I realized that they could not stop 30 for 30. They could not start. We can run the ball all night long. They could not stop the run for anything, and they couldn't run the ball. So they passed all night. They couldn't. I ain't really see them do a lot of running like they did last game. And I saw 30 for 30 get loose. I knew then, they're not gonna stop us. They're not gonna stop us. So they got a little help from the refs and everything, which made the game close. But that game right there, we should have got out of there with double-digit win. We should have got with double-digit win. We got film. We should get out of there with a double-digit win. But hey, it is what it is. We got the win. We on to the next. And I'm sure we'll see them again. But till then, it's on to the next.
Yeah. And it's important, what I like that I'm hearing from you guys specifically is, hey, we had some issues with refereeing we didn't really agree with, but we ain't let that stop us. We're not going to sit and cry about it. It happened. We're going to talk about it, but we ain't going to cry about it. We still found a way to do what we needed to do. So, LaMarcus, you've been smiling the whole show, sir. So, what was the moment in your mind where you're like, all right, we got this?
I told you, them guys ain't mentioned my name. 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, you already knew what it was.
I already knew what it was. Okay. All right. No, for real though. I'd say the moment I knew we had it, them 5 downs, man. We was up by 10 then.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew once they did any type of little fluke stuff like that, And the game ain't gonna never turn out in the favors of the home team when you blatantly doing it like that. It never fails. Good always be rewarded with good.
You speaking facts there, sir. You speaking facts there.
That's all I got to say. Whole lot of 30 for 30.
All right, Russell, what about you, man?
I'll piggyback off what 30 said, man. Their favor, their eye in the sky don't lie. Their ball don't lie either. So, hey. And then I seen them boys over there crying worse than we was. I knew they broke it down. They broke down. They won together no more, and it was over with. It was a good fall game, though. They had me a little nervous in the end, but, I believe in my boys, man.
Yeah, it always feels good when you get your lick back. You know what I'm saying? It's always feels good when you get your lick back. All right, guys. I know the answer to this probably. I'm going to ask anyway. Offensive player of the game. Who's the offensive player of the game? Marcus, who you got?
I want to ask.
Well, I ain't hear you. What you say? I ain't hear you.
I said I want to call a couple of their fans and ask. They know 30 for 30. 30, baby.
Russell, who you got for offensive player of the game?
My boy, 30 for 30. Hey, they ain't want to hit that man. When I see defense don't want to hit, they make me mad. I ain't gonna tell you no story. And yeah, Cole, keep running it. Ain't no point. They don't want to hit, keep running it. The ends don't know how to play. The backers ain't coming down and hit nothing. You got to meet them at full steam ahead. That's your fault.
Again, well, I ain't got to do it. Coach. We hear you, Coach. Who you got?
For offense, I got 30 for 30. I got 30 for 30 because that man got a vision out this world to be 6'3", 6'2", 240-some pounds and can move the way that he moved. That's hard for any defender. If the linebackers ain't 240, they're afraid of him. DBs don't want to hit him. They trying to cut his leads. They trying to tackle his ankles. But if you're gonna play like that, you're gonna see him all day long because I'm an old school coach, and I'm gonna do it till you stop it. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna run it until you stop it. And defense, I want to give defense to my D line of linebacker because my goal was to get some pressure on PJ, their quarterback, which is an outstanding quarterback. And he still got off on us, but he didn't have that much time like he did last time. Last time he had too much time in the pocket. And I told them guys, we can't let him run back there all day long. That's a good quarterback gonna find an open receiver in the time you let him run too long.
Right.
So we changed it up a little bit. We ended up getting a little pressure on him, and made a few. He had him running, got a couple of sacks, and turned the ball over a couple of times, and that's what we needed. Because like I said, Georgia is still a good team.
Right.
We beat them. They beat us. They beat us by 4. We beat them by 4. So they still a good ball team. It's just this time we came out on top.
There you go.
And so, but other than that, man, I mean, both teams came out there played well. And I know we're gonna see them again. But offense, like I said, 30 for 30. He took that rock, and that defense, that D line, those D ends, no linebackers. They did what needed to be done to get that ball, to get that win.
Definitely. LaMarcus, who you got on the defensive side for player of the game?
I say player of the game. I don't know if I could really name that because the defense, line, and them linebackers, they did pretty impressive this time versus the quarterback. He the truth. I give him that. It's like even playing against him is fun seeing them out there.
Mm-hmm.
He the truth. But
All right, so basically, you're giving it to the line and the linebackers.
yeah, but I say the defensive play of the game, what helped the offense out, was the interception by Joseph Weathersby.
Okay, I can get with it. Russell, same question for you, sir.
Hey, I was so to speak on Joe with that pick. It's like we flushed their spirit with that one until we fell off a little bit. But I like when Joe got that pick for us. But I can't disagree with Coach. I'm in there front. You hear me? So yeah, I can't disagree.
That's not a bad move. So, gentlemen, man, great game. Glad y'all were able to get the win. Hope you enjoy your bye week. Come back ready to play your next game. But before we get out of here, before y'all get out of here, please let the people know where they can find you, and if you have any last thoughts. Russell, we'll start with you, sir.
You can find me on Facebook. Just type in Johnny Russ with 2 S's. On Instagram, I think it's Russell_muscle. It's my little brand now. I train as well and coach. Okay. Pure Academy out here in Memphis. We pop.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
Hey man, I'm ready to roll. I'm ready for the bye week to get over with. Honestly.
Fair enough. All right, LaMarcus, where can we find you? And any last thoughts if you have any? We might have lost LaMarcus for a second. So, Coach, we'll go ahead and go to you, and we'll come back to LaMarcus.
You can find me on my Mississippi Woodpeck Football at gmail.com. That's our web page.
Okay.
And we got Woodpeck Football on Instagram, and Woodpeck just on Facebook. And I just say, man, we just gonna, take it one game at a time. One game at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get better. My goal is just to get better every game. And last week is over with. We're gonna enjoy this break and we're gonna set our eyes and everything on the River Gators.
Fair enough. Again, guys, enjoy your bye week, and hopefully we'll have you back up after the bye next week with another win.
Thank you.
No problem, man. Good luck, guys.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we in the building. We got one of the coaches. Our guy, Coach Bird, Carolina Predators. Boys got the first dub this past week. How'd it feel, Coach? How'd it feel?
It felt good to go ahead and get over that hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
When I had 2 close games to start the season off, that could have went either way. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way. But it felt good for my guys to finally get over that hurdle. And like I say, we still play one game at a time. So we enjoyed that win Saturday and Sunday. Now it's on to the next game next week on our way back down to Georgia.
Okay. So I know you guys have had injuries and, hard trying to get everybody together. But obviously you're able to do enough to take care of business. So what do you feel like has been the difference from some of those close games to where you're at now with being able to finish one out?
The offense finally starting to click. Like I said on our show, that our receivers has dropped a lot of balls in these games, and that really held us back from doing what we know we can do. But with our receivers stepping up, making the catches when they need to make the catches, and then making the plays after they make the catches, that really opened up their eyes to show them that they can do this. We knew they could, but it took for them to actually see it and do it, for them to understand what we've been trying to say this whole time. So, like I say, we still got some pieces that's injured. We still got some pieces that's coming. So
now I happen to have a little insider information on the Predators. So I know that there was a meeting that the players were able to have, themselves, kind of work some things out, kind of get on the same page, and kind of get that right camaraderie, and everybody kind of feeling the way. So, how did that come about? And were you guys happy as a coaching staff to say, all right, they took it upon themselves and said, we're going to figure this out and we're going to get this right?
as coaches, we was grateful for it. We had some leaders step up and assert themselves, and that's what we needed because we can do so much. Like I believe we talked last night, and I said it's just like a parent telling their kid one thing. They can hear it all day, but it takes for a peer to say the same thing for them to understand. And so it took for a lot of these guys to hear their teammates say what the coach has been saying for it to click. And like I say, it was a different tone to start the game off.
Yeah.
So I knew we had something going. And then, like I said, all week they been hearing talk about what the Gators are gonna come down here to do, what they're gonna do to us. So that didn't help them at all. They just fueled the fire. And I'm glad they did. So like I said, our guys got that win and they excited when I celebrated that night and now they ready to lock in and get this extra week to prepare for Georgia. So right now Georgia's still number one and we're looking to go down there and upset them. I mean, right now we're underdogs. We enjoy being underdogs. Everybody overlook us. As you can tell by everybody who's not taught tonight. Mississippi, they looking forward to the North teams. Like, bro, y'all still gotta win the South. Like, yeah, Mississippi, we come to Mississippi June 14th. Just know we coming. But right now it's all about them Indians back to back weeks. So that's what we're preparing for.
Okay. So anything that you saw with the team that you said, okay, we were doing X, but now that we've kind of gotten everything together, we're doing Y, and that seems to be the way that works the best for the team.
It was really that bye week we had last week, and the guys getting a better understanding of what I was calling, what I'm looking for, where I'm looking for you to be. Like I said, we had a great 2.5 hour practice. So that solved a lot of things. So that was the why we played like we played this past Saturday. So like I said, we gonna do some more of that this week. And like I said, right now we just focusing on the Indians. We know they're gonna be out of heated as that 68-64 loss they took at home. So we know they're gonna come flying with bells and whistles. So we just gotta match that same energy. And fell out there last time with 12 ball players. Guys played till they couldn't play no more. But there's no week and a half we coming. We'll be full tilt and look for another knockout, drag out, barn burner.
I feel it. Now you got the back-to-back games you're talking about against Georgia. Is there anything in of course, you don't have to get into details, but is there anything you kind of saw from your first matchup as well as watching film them that you feel like, all right, these are some things that we'll be able to kind of look for and be prepared for with that team?
Yeah, like I say, me and the DC, we done had battles before, because he did come from Peach State, so I did see a lot of his tendencies from Peach State that he brought with Georgia. Yeah, a couple new little wrinkles just because we went to indoor football rules. So I had a chance to see that, go back and watch the film on that and see where we was missing. So it's little small things like that that I'm gonna work on and get our guys set and prepared to rock and roll. I mean, but really having our full O line there is gonna be a difference maker with our full D line instead of guys going both ways. So that's that's gonna be the telltale sign of how this game gonna go.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So from week one up until this week, obviously a lot of development. What have you seen the guys kind of get better at to improve the quality of play?
The understanding, the at the beginning of the season it was more I'm trying to play, I'm trying to do I and not we. Now they're understanding the we part because it was more of I'm trying to get me some film so I can move up. Now it's man, let's get together so we can win this championship. So now the focus is going back to where we need to be, and that's win the AL South. Well, not even win, yeah, win the South, and then moving on to the championship game. So, like I say, it's still one game at a time for us. So,
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, Coach, any other thoughts on the game? On anything moving forward?
I just need my guys to get healthy. I'm glad we do have a bye week. I mean, but the game was exciting, all the way around. A lot of smack talk, a lot of jaw jacking back and forth, but both teams had a lot of respect for each other when it was all said and done. And like I said, we can ask them much more than that. Good, good hard nose in between the wall, knockout, drag out fight. After the game is a brotherhood, as we say. So, but they said my guys, they getting ready.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Coach, if you would, well, first, good luck. Enjoy the bye week. Hopefully, you guys will come back from that energized. Maybe get some of those guys back that you haven't had a chance to have play this year. Good luck and congratulations on the win. Please let the people know where they can find you and where they can find the team information.
They can find me on Facebook, Ralph D. Bird. They can find me on Instagram as, if I'm not mistaken, it might be Ralph D. Bird too. On X is Coach D. Bird. They can find the team on Instagram's Carolina Predators Arena, same as Facebook. And you can find us on our webpage at gocarolinapredators.com.
All right. Well, again, good luck, man. Congratulations on the win. And hopefully we'll have you back on in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
No doubt. All right, guys. So we got Coach Ron from the Michigan Avengers. What's going on, sir?
You all right?
So, big win this week.
Yes, it was. It was, man. Yes, it was.
So, talk to us about the win. How you guys feeling about it, and what do you feel like kind of changed so far this season?
I will say we definitely had our head on straight. We stayed positive, kept the momentum going the entire game. No arguing and bickering on the sidelines. Guys really gelled together this week. Had a really damn good game. We just played together. That's been the biggest thing all season is, we've had our struggles at times playing together and things of that nature. So we didn't face that this week, and that was a big plus.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of teams kind of saying, we had that week where things kind of came together for them, and that was very beneficial to the outcome of the game. So did you feel like you guys had a really good practice last week? Kind of just kept that momentum going from that?
I feel like we've been gelling that practice. Every single practice has gotten better. Every single practice has gotten better. So, yeah, I can say that.
Okay. So how has the team improved, Coach, from preseason week 1 until now?
Like I said last week, we've added some pieces.
Right.
These pieces have really gelled in.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of guys that just want to win. We want it. Like, we really want it, man. You can tell how we play, how we get to the ball, how we move the ball. We still working on certain kinks here and there. A lot of some stuff we do need to work on, and we working on it efficiently. So once we get that out the way, I think that, well, I know we do,
That's good, man. Like I said, all the teams I've talked to, the big thing has been, hey, we're trying to make some things happen moving forward. We're gonna make some things happen moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't always played our best game, but we're trying to make sure that moving forward, we're kicking it in high gear, getting there to the end of the season, playoff season, things like that. How you feeling about where the team is sitting at right now?
I think as long as we keep doing what we've been doing these last couple of games, as long as we can keep our head on straight when we deal with adversity, I know for sure we can overcome adversity. I've seen us do it. And we just got to stay humble. It's nothing like a team that goes out there and they cocky and they arrogant, and then they get knocked off their pedestal, and now it's a different story. So I don't want my team to get in the big head and thinking, oh, okay, well, we won this game and it was a big game for us. I don't want them thinking that it stops here, because it doesn't. We still got games and games ahead of us. So right now we got Maryland on our schedule. So we got 2 weeks to get ready for Maryland. That's an important game for us. We know they're coming off of a high right now. They just knocked off the Bearcats.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that they're coming. Like, they're not gonna come weak. I think in the beginning, when I noticed they were 1-3, I heard a lot of guys talking about, oh man, Maryland, they this, they that, and now they done knocked off the Bearcats. Some guys is kind of quiet. They're not really speaking on Maryland no more.
Right.
So I noticed that, but like I said, I put my guys against anybody and fair that we come out and win.
Okay.
So
who would be your offensive player of the game for this past game?
That's a hard one. It's a hard one, man. I ain't gonna lie. I want to say the entire offense, to be honest. I mean, they really held it together. Yeah, like, I've seen our offense have times where they kind of break down, and this week was totally different. It's a totally different offense. But if I had to give it to a single player, man,
it's a little tricky sometimes.
Running back, oh man, number 8, our running back, and number 6, our other running back.
Okay, then, so the running backs.
Our quarterback. I mean, DJ really kept his shit together this week. Like, he like he led like a quarterback that's supposed to lead his team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of all them guys, man. You know, they all came to ball. You know, defense. We had our little, you know, and that's no shade, because no shade to the Stampede, man. They can move the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't think they could move the ball from watching they film. I didn't think their receivers had no hands, but they can actually move the ball a little bit. I knew they wasn't gonna be no pushover team.
Right.
I knew they had a pretty solid team. So, and you know, you had guys in our comments. If I was there, this wouldn't have happened. If I was there, that wouldn't happen. Some of the same guys I saw dropping passes all last game. So I'm kind of confused. Like, well, if you was here, like, would you gonna be doing something for real? Like, I don't know, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what made you miss this game, but don't be in the comments talking about what you would have done.
Be there to do it.
Yeah, if I miss a game, bro, I'm not gonna be in the comments. That's another subject. I'll touch on that another time. But I just thought that shit was kind of weird, man. Like you gotta left your team hanging. If it wasn't like a family emergency or you really just couldn't get off work,
Right.
you left
You
your
gotta.
team hanging, man. They needed you.
Yeah, you
They
really
don't
want
need
to
you
be
in the
there.
comments.
Yeah, then you got to be there all you can. Like you said, sometimes things happen, but you got to be there all you can to support your team. You got to support them. You know.
Yeah, they need warriors on the field, not comment warriors, man.
No keyboard warriors. You need
Yeah,
warriors on
no
the keyboard.
keyboard warriors, man. Nah.
So defense.
The defense. Oh, I gotta say our whole defense, honestly. Our entire defense. Our entire defense shut them down at the end
Okay.
and stopped a nice drive. You know, we worked together efficiently on defense. Like everybody played a role from the D line, chasing the quarterback, putting pressure, to the safety, you know, stepping up, making a play, to the linebackers holding the middle down, to the corners locking their receivers down. Just all across the board. I can't think of one individual that was just like had like 5 sacks and 10 tackles or nothing like that. It wasn't nothing like
Right.
that. We just all worked together, which is primarily what I hammer into these guys' heads at practice about working together. Don't worry about being an all-star. Worry about working together efficiently. Front line, we know we got to put pressure on the quarterback. We got to send them scrambling. We got to get to them or send them scrambling. Linebackers know they got to play their role. Corners know they got to shut down receivers. And Omar know he got to come down and lay the hammer if they catch it, or he got to get a pick. Omar is our primary, is our starting safety, and I ain't gonna lie, like the boy's a baller. Like I ain't gonna say he one of the best safeties in this league. He is the best safety in this league.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. Omar Pagan is the best safety in the AAL too. I mean that.
Strong words, but I feel it. I definitely feel it.
Yeah.
So, moment in the game, Coach, where you feel like this is ours. We good. We got this now. What was that moment?
Come on, man. You already know where I'm at with that. As soon as
Before
I
the
seen
game
them boys
started.
on the schedule, I seen the Stampede on the schedule. I said, yeah, we got them.
Okay.
We got them. But no, they came on and played a way better game than I expected, man. They really gave us a run for our money for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect them to be like the Blitz or because like I said, the Blitz came like hella short. So in all honesty, I really don't know what kind of game that would have been. I mean, we'd still beat their ass, but it probably would have been a little bit of a better game if they would have came better prepared. And guys got to stop being like, man, we had our whole team. Listen, if you know you don't have your whole team, listen, if I only got 12 guys, and this is me, I don't expect nobody to do what I do. But I'm not taking my 12 guys out of town to a game to risk them getting hurt or wearing them down. If we don't have a full roster that week, we're not going. That's just that. Man, at some point, you got to put your pride got to be put to the side, man. Pride got to be put to the side. And what's more important, your players or your pride? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Different philosophy on how that works, but hey, everybody's got different philosophy. It doesn't make yours any less than another one. It's just a different one. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, that's how I feel, man.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. Some guys might agree, some guys might not. If we being honest, I don't care.
Okay. So next week, of course, bye coming.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, got a matchup. I believe you. Who do you guys have after the bye?
We drive down there to Baltimore.
Okay.
Or no, Maryland. They not even in Baltimore. They in Silver Springs, Maryland.
Okay. So you think that's gonna interesting matchup there?
Well, I'm excited to see how they play us, especially after the game they just had. Man, they played their ass off.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that game. I was like, man, the Maryland boys, they came with a chip on their shoulder. So I hope they bring that same chip to us, because if not, it's gonna be a long ride. It's gonna be a long ride for them. Not a long ride for them, but because they right there,
A long game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long game. If they don't bring that shit that they brought last week, and I expect them to bring it though, because they, especially with everybody making the playoffs in this league now, or I don't do everybody make the playoffs in this league? Is that how that work?
Yeah,
they do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So not everybody got a fair shot at it.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, man. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not looking at nobody being like, hey, we got them on the schedule. We know we going to the next round because it's them. Nah, man. If we get a league and it's like 40-0, we're gonna keep running it up. I don't give a damn. We're not taking the foot off the gas.
I am a firm believer in keep your foot on their throat. You don't put your foot on their throat and then easy. You keep your foot on their throat. So I definitely feel you on that. Coach Ryan, it is always a pleasure to talk to you, sir.
Man, same, bro. I gotta get on here and talk, man. I gotta get on here and talk, man. I don't be, doing interviews and like that. So whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna be me on here, man.
Absolutely. Any last thoughts, man? And also, of course, please let the people know where they can find you, as well as where they can find the team.
You can find us at miavengers.com. You can find us on Instagram at Michigan_Avengers. You can also find us on Facebook at Michigan Avengers. And shit, you find me nowhere. Chilling.
Fair enough, man. Well, enjoy your bye week. Congratulations on the win. And good luck, and hopefully you'll be back for the next show for the winners.
I'll see you after the 31st.
Love it, man. Love it. Have a good one, man. Appreciate it. All right,
brother.
Time.
You too. For sure.
Kamish, what's going on?
What's up?
Chilling, man. Chilling. I want to quickly say LaMarcus wasn't able to miss the 30 for 30 himself. He wasn't able to give y'all where to find him real quick. So you can find him on IG, just LaMarcus Kelly. So if y'all want to follow Mr. 30 for 30, that's where you can find him. It's a big man. It's a big man, bro. Woo.
Yeah. Yep.
So another week in the books, man. Another week.
Man, talk about some high scoring games, some crazy games. This was a great weekend for the AO2. Literally.
Y'all had a team score 68 points.
Two teams.
Actually, yes. You
Rough
did.
Necks,
and we'll score 64.
Yep, and Wolfpack scored 64. Predators put up 33. And the Maryland War Eagles knocked off the Bearcats, man. Crazy.
Yep.
It was a hell of a weekend.
And then the Indians got knocked off too.
Yeah, so nobody, 2 out of 3 seasons now, nobody's going to finish undefeated. That's pretty competitive, man. That's
interesting parity, yeah. That's
right.
Yeah, it's a fun time to be had.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is. And once again, right, week 7, all AL2 games played.
I love it. Yeah, they do get played. A lot of a lot of fun things happen. Of course, somebody got to win, somebody's got to lose. But the important thing is you go out there and play the game the best you can. We know But we know we had two Bearcats in Georgia. The Indians and the Bearcats had teams are going to play them hard because when you're the leaders, you're the teams with the undefeated teams left and whatever, you're getting everybody's best shot. And, you know, at some point you say, okay, somebody's going to get us. That's okay. Because the problem is once you do that, you kind of relight a fire under some of those teams. Because, you know, it's human nature sometimes you get a little fat and happy, so to speak.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get burnt. You're like, oh, I got
to invincible.
Yeah, I got to be on point because if I'm not, L's can slide to us too.
Yeah,
so it'd be fun to see.
It looks like my picks was in the beginning. They're rolling now.
Yeah,
you know, Wolfpack.
Well,
kind of crazy.
Nope, that was one of the teams you talked about earlier.
Yeah. You still can't forget about those Indians though. That's
yeah. 4 points in both of their games.
Came from behind too to get that game to 4 points. They were down at one point, if I'm not mistaken, like 18, 19 at one point.
Yeah, they said at halftime it was a big lead, and they came back in the second half. So it's a lot of explosive teams out there. And guys are, you know, we're talking about players of the week from the coaches and the other players who they think. Seeing a little consistency. You've seen certain guys be kind of mentioned, you know, multiple times.
Yeah, PJ, we got to put a cap on him. But you know, you had the Keon Singleton. I think that's the DB for the Roughnecks. He had 4 INTs and 2 pick sixes. I mean, that overtakes when you get interceptions and score touchdowns.
I think that was Jameer.
Yes. Yep.
The only he was on. Yeah, they had him come up. So yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, he played good, man.
Yeah.
Fun. It's good to see the teams, like some of the teams that, you know, kind of have some struggles, kind of see them be able to right the ships a little bit and, you know what I'm saying, climb a little bit and see what they can make happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I'm excited either way.
Yeah.
So
you know I gotta ask you the question. We got this week, our alumni from the AL2.
Nobody.
Nobody this week. Okay. That's fair.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah, no one.
That's
for
fair.
Once.
About a lot of people. That's fair.
Yeah, for once.
Hey, I gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it consistent.
Hey, it's a good thing when it's the first week we don't have nothing. So
yeah. 11 episodes in the first week. We'll have that.
Already.
Yeah, man. It feels like we just on episode 1 or 2. That's crazy.
Yep.
Season getting close to the end too.
Yeah, and now all these all games count.
Yeah.
You know, all games count for seeding with, everyone going to the playoffs now. So it all matters.
Oh yeah.
Especially that South.
Man. We said early, we thought the South was going to be, then kind of like, I don't know. Now it looks like it's coming back around like, yeah, that's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. And then, Michigan, I came away with a big win. I thought that was another big win.
Oh, yeah.
Over Stampede.
So,
never know. You never know every week, man.
Yeah. That says a lot to like the teams, because, you bring in teams, you're looking for guys to bring in their teams. You want to bring in teams that can compete. And you don't want no chumps that, you lose a couple of games and you're giving up. You want guys that's going to continue to compete. Like, you may not have the ability to win because you may not have the talent or whatever.
Early on.
Still competing.
Yeah.
And we get a
lot
of
that.
That's why
it makes it so exciting with everybody going to the playoffs.
Yeah. Absolutely. Man, this season has been very fun. I mean, obviously not over yet, but boy, it's so much closer to being over than you even realize.
Yeah, think about it. Most teams, there's only two or three games left for most teams, regular season.
Yep.
So, because we had the extended season to June 14th, a couple dates early on that had to get moved, and they were easy. And, just had to move them to June 14th and extend the season. So,
it's going to be good to watch everything
make it work. Yeah.
Boy, it's going to be good down the stretch, boy. It's going to be interesting. And I know a lot of teams are like, yeah, we may not have had it this. We may not be able to do this then, but now we about to make something happen. So
yeah, that South is what's really interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's the North. We already know that Pittsburgh has to travel. Is going to end up traveling to Michigan.
Right.
For the most part, they play one more time. Right now, the Bearcats have one more in conference game, and so they knocked off everybody so far, but the War Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
You got Stampede left, and then in the South, I have no idea.
Yeah,
that's gonna go.
Yeah, Mississippi, boy, them boys is not playing either.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, like they might have found their stride too. So
yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Yep. And I was talking to Coach Strong this morning. He they had a new quarterback in this week. So
that's important, man.
He's really excited about him.
That's important, man, just to keep it going. That's a lot of things that people may not realize. Like we talk about this all the time. You have to have more guys. You have to have the depth. Guys that you feel confident. If something happens, you can still move. Because
no problem. Yep.
And then somebody gets hurt, and then all of a sudden it looks like a totally different team.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot happening. It's gonna be quite enjoyable.
These are the last couple of weeks you want to watch.
It for sure is, boy. It for sure is. So, and of course, cheap plug, you get all the games on PDF Sports, and then you see some of the games also on Shady Sports.
Shady Sports,
and then on the AL2 YouTube page as well. So you got multiple places to find the games.
Yes. There should be no excuse.
Yeah, so hopefully y'all find the games y'all watching. And it looks like people are, but it can always be more. Just watch a few more. And watch another game. Just add one more to your plate. That's all we need. Just add one more.
The next week, I think the Bearcats have a military appreciation night. I think they have camouflage uniforms. That's something to look forward to. That's pretty cool.
That's gonna be interesting. So after the bye, they're gonna bust out with the military uniforms after the bye. That'll be fun to see.
Yep.
That'll be fun to see.
So that's gonna be pretty cool.
Any other thoughts, Commission? Anything else we need to talk about?
Nah. Just sitting here trying to check and make sure that was his the name from the Roughnecks. Or I'm gonna blame Shay for giving me the wrong name.
Yeah, Jameer had 4 interceptions. We talked about it when we did the info with them. Somebody else may have had 4 as well, because it was 68-0. So somebody else may have had some too, but I know Jameer had 4.
Just making sure.
68-0.
Oh no, Keon Singleton was from the War Eagles.
Oh, so okay, so we had multiple players.
Yeah, he was from the Eagles, but he had 7 tackles and a fumble recovery.
Okay. That's a big game too.
No, yeah, but hey, touchdowns always going to win.
This is true.
Touchdowns always win.
This is true. This is definitely true.
So that's it. It was a great weekend. I hope we can have weekends like this every week, honestly.
12. Next one will be episode 12. We're 11 episodes in, y'all.
Already.
11 episodes in.
Yeah.
Well, Coach.
Almost to the end.
Yep. Well, Commish. Anything else?
No. It's, league's on the bye week this week. Let everybody rest up.
Mm-hmm.
Get healthy. And get ready for, the end stretch.
Yep.
What
that means is for everyone watching, maybe some of the teams you haven't gotten a chance to really look at because you've been watching your team. This is a great opportunity to take that same time that you already set aside and check out another team. Just saying.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, sir. Well, we're going to get up out of here. We'll be back for episode 12. I want to say week 12, but episode 12, AL Turf Talk. Remember, this is where you should be watching. If you're not watching, shame on you.
Yep.
And we out.
How many times a week?
Like three or four times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Retro.